The Israeli government has made it very clear once again that they're not interested in a ceasefire. They're not interested in releasing the hostages. They want to keep killing. Netanyahu's recent rejection of the Palestinian offer for ceasefire makes it clear once again that this is what they're doing. And of course, we know that killing is not only not stopping, but is increasing even as we speak. So here is what I believe the international community needs to do, and needs to do quickly, since it's obvious the Israelis, who are the source of the violence and the source of the misery and the source of the killing, are not interested in stopping the killing. It's time to impose severe sanctions. It is time to demand a complete and unconditional release of Palestinian prisoners, the lifting of the siege on Gaza, allocating billions of dollars to rehabilitate Gaza and provide humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza, to take away all checkpoints and anything that hinders the freedom of movement of Palestinians in Palestine. And these demands need to be demanded, not asked. And until such time that the state of Israel is ready to accept these demands, there should be a complete an absolute end to all weapon sales to Israel. There should be an embargo on weapon sales. Not a single weapon, not a single type of ammunition should be sold to Israel, and anybody selling to Israel needs to be penalized. These are the kinds of conditions that needs to be imposed. There needs to be a blockade on Israel, and there needs to be a no-fly zone over Gaza so Israel can no longer bomb Gaza. These are the kinds of conditions that we need to demand of our officials, that we need to demand to be spoken about, so that we can finally end the murder and the suffering of Palestinians by Israel. How many more need to die? Of course, that's a question that's being asked all the time. We can no longer leave it in the hands of Israel to agree or disagree. Conditions need to be imposed on Israel, and sanctions and punitive measures need to be placed upon Israel until these conditions are met. It's time to deal with Israel as the violent, dangerous element that it is. It is holding millions of Palestinians, hostages, period, and thousands of them are in Israeli prisons. Every single Palestinian in an Israeli prison must be released unconditionally. The people of Gaza need to get the relief that they need, and like I said, billions of dollars need to be allocated. If it requires a naval blockade, it should be a naval blockade. There should be no commercial flights flying into the airport, into Tel Aviv airport, or as we now should go back to calling it, Matar al-Lid, the Lid airport. It's time to act. It's time to demand action. It's time to show that we really want to see the end to the killing of Palestinians, not for a few days, not for a few hours, but forever. From this point on, forever. It shouldn't be up to Netanyahu to decide or to agree or disagree to a ceasefire. A ceasefire needs to be imposed. A weapons embargo needs to be imposed. Sanctions need to be imposed. Diplomatic missions need to be closed down. And Israeli delegations in whatever arenas they exist need to be closed down and thrown out. We cannot allow this to continue. We cannot allow it to pretend like Israel is some kind of equal member in the international community. It is a pariah. It is dangerous. It needs to be stopped. And no one's going to do it if we don't do it. We have to demand this of our elected officials, and we have to do it now. These measures need to be imposed on Israel now. The killing of Palestinians needs to end right now.